Hello, what's up, everyone? I am Lucas Mangum or LM Horror. This is going to be the first video of my new YouTube channel. I am going to be talking about books and all sorts of writing related stuff, maybe some movies. I don't know, I kind of miss doing videos. I haven't done one in a while, but something about just staring at a camera and talking and showing showing this face right here to the rest of the world, it just gets me excited. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about a book that I'm curious how many of you actually remember. Um, I remembered it randomly one night where I was under the influence of something, and I just randomly remembered a story from it. And it was something that I read when I was very young, maybe 8 or 9, 10 at the oldest. But I remembered these details of the story that I hadn't thought of in years, and I almost ended up making a post about it, like because I on Reddit or somewhere like that, because I wanted to see if anybody else remembered this story and if anybody knew what book it was from. And so basically, the story was about a kid who gets grounded in his attic, and he ends up kind of getting bothered by this ghost that turns out to be from his family past. And his dad runs up uh, and draws a sigil on a baseball bat, and he uses it to swat the ghost away. Um, I thought it was a really cool story when I was a kid. It was also the first time I ever heard the phrases blood curdling scream or long scraggly hair. I ended up doing an internet search, just typing in details of this story, um, because I was just determined to find what this book was, because I was having, like, I don't know, my friends, when we were, I don't know, a few years back, my friends and I would call it like a nostalgia bomb. I don't know if anybody actually says that anymore, or if anybody other than me and my friend ever did. But yeah, it was like I got hit with this nostalgia bomb, and I just had to figure out what the hell I was remembering. And so, after hours of sleuthing, I wound up finding this book on eBay, Ghosts and Other Scary Stories. I had gotten it as a kid originally at a Scholastic Book Fair. This time I found it on eBay. Um, and yeah, I like the series title, The Undercover Books. I don't know how many of those they made, but this was one of them. Once I saw this cover, I knew that this was the book in question. Um, so you're huddled around a campfire under the purple haze of moonlight. The trees are dancing in the shadows, and strange sounds float across the lake. What can you do? Tell a ghost story. Make any sleepover or camp out more fun with ghosts and other scary stories. Once you get started, you won't be able to resist these 9 eerie tales. Um, I like that description. It really kind of sets the tone um, of like kind of a campfire tales sort of vibe. Um, and I don't know. I remember a lot of the scary books that I would read when I was a kid. They would all have kind of instructions on what to do. When you're telling these stories with your friends and stuff. I can't. I don't think I ever read this with my friends. I think I read it by myself. Um, Again, it was 30 years ago, so I wouldn't be surprised if I misremember some details, even though I did remember a lot of details from this one particular story in here. And that story, it's called Voice from the Past, but also other stories that are notable. You've got Game Boy, which is a story about kind of a haunted Game Boy, and it even has the registered trademark there. So they must have done this with Nintendo's permission. And there's Weird Bites, which is like a creepy internet horror story, uh, written in 1993, which I feel like that's kind of ahead of its time there. Um, but yeah, the book was written by Alan Gould and Pat Hancock. Not sure what else they've done. Not really doing a whole lot of research here. I just kind of want to talk about this book a little bit. And all the interior illustrations were done by Alan and Deborah Drew Brooke Cormack. So I guess it was a husband-wife couple that liked drawing spooky illustrations together. Here, I'll bring out a couple of these just so you see what I'm talking about. Again, I say spooky, it's for kids more than anything else. That is a picture from same story that the cover image is from, actually. That is a story called Sleeping Boy. It's about a bus that gets kind of commandeered by a ghost that drowned in a nearby lake. Then you've got Golden Eyes, which is a story about a boy who ends up getting stuck in a thunderstorm far from home. He's out riding his horse, and he comes across this burnt down cabin, and he meets a girl there who is, of course, a ghost. But when you're that seems really predictable now, but when you're reading this and you're 9 years old, you go, ooh, oh man, what do you mean she's been dead? They did the Sixth Sense thing before, 6 years before the Sixth Sense, which I think is kind of fun. And yeah, Weird Bites. Time is running out from the computer. I just thought that was really cool, just like kind of a creepy haunted computer internet story. Lots of cool art. I'm going to bring up the art from the Voice from the Past because I think I don't know, it's got a very old school kind of, I don't know, like a House of Mystery or something like that vibe. This is Dad coming to the rescue to hit that ghost with that baseball bat with the sigil on it. I just wanted to talk about this book a little bit, let you know about it, see if any of you remember it. Sound off in the comments if you do. And yeah, I will try to do another video soon and choose something else from my shelf.